Yes, it was the same bike bearing the registration of Maharashtra that was a common vehicle used in the incident. It was a black Pulsar that was used by the miscreants to loot people of their jewellery. Based on the evidence collected, the cops then concluded that the gang might have come from Maharashtra. The cops sketched a master plan to trap the gang. They began their search in Kempegowda bus station, city railway station and surrounding places. During the operation, the cops came across a black Pulsar bike that was left in the parking lot of the city railway station, bearing the registration number MH. The cops then inquired at the pay and park counter, where they learnt that the bike was left there for almost a month and it was used by two persons only once a month. Based on this information, the team deployed two other teams at the parking lot in order to keep a close eye on the bike. The team remained alert day and night for the gang to arrive and use the bike. After waiting for several days, two men approached the bike. MH43 AA. The cops who were then deployed alerted their higher officials about the men, after which the higher officials asked the team to follow them. The team followed the bike to Ardagodi, where the bike halted near a bar. The duo went into the bar where they had something to drink and soon took off on the bike to a residential area. A team of police officials constantly kept an eye on the miscreants. The duo then did something that jolted the cops. They went ahead with their usual ways of snatching chains, but alas, this time, the alert cops were again successful in nabbing them. The duo were Vicky Singh and Vishal Singh, who hail from Agra. They would fly down to Bengaluru to carry out the robberies and then fly back and sell these ornaments in places like Delhi and Mathura, to name a few.
Our team, headed by Inspector Balraj and Inspector Ravi, they have nabbed two criminals from UP. These two criminals, one Monu Singh and Vishal Singh. Both of them are from UP, district Agra, Fatehabad. These two persons used to come to Bangalore by flight and used to stay in hotels here. After staying there here, they had kept a motorcycle. That motorcycle used to be in the parking lot. In order to commit offences, they used to go to that parking lot, pick up the bike and commit chain snatching offences. After having committed 3-4 offences, they would go back and dispose of these properties to mainly in Mathura and Agra.
After a thorough interrogation, they revealed their hideout in Bengaluru, which was a room in a hotel. When the police went to the room to investigate, they never would have dreamt what they found. While investigating, the cops found a few gold ornaments hidden in the plate of the ceiling fan. The cops recovered the ornaments and people breathed a sigh of relief, thinking the worst was over.
Our Joint Commissioner, Mr. Mohanty, he instructed the local police to activate their crime detection cells. And based on that, the DCP, Mr. Rajappa, he constituted a team. And this team was keeping watch over the parking lots. When they noticed this unusual behavior, parking vehicle there and then coming after some time and then going to their places of stay, they had some suspicion, and when they followed these people and they found that these people were into chain snatching.
Irani gang strikes again. But who would know that there were more of them? Even after nabbing members of the gang twice, the chain snatching continued in many other areas of the city. And now, the Bengaluru cops have arrested a few more members of the gang. Bengaluru cops, who have been at the receiving end in recent times, announced the arrest of the dreaded Irani gang. This brings the curtains down on the gang, which operated in 10 different states. The gang leader was 35-year-old Lala Samir Hussain Jafar, who had in fact made robbery his profession. The gang operated across various states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Goa and Rajasthan, to name a few. Look at this picture, a gang of robbers. They are the members of the Irani gang. This was a gang which had struck terror in as many as 10 different states, targeting women walking alone on the streets.
Credible information, these people were arrested by CCB unit of Bangalore Police, and around 60 cases are already detected. We have recovered 2 kg, 100 grams of gold, then one Bolero bike and one Pulsar bike, which is used for the commission of offence.
Joint Commissioner Nimbalkar said that as many as 60 cases of robbery had thus been solved through this arrest. In all, the police were able to recover nearly 2.1 kg of gold, a Bolero jeep and a bike from the gang members. But how did the gang operate? Listen to Pranab Mohanty, Additional Commissioner of Police, narrating the gang's modus operandi.
ಮೋಡಸ್ ಆಪರೆಂಡಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಒಂಟಿ ಮಹಿಳೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೊಂದು ರಾಯಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸೇಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಮಾಂಗಲ್ಯ, ಸರ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬಂಗಾರದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಭರಣಗಳು ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆಸಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟೈನರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ನಂತರ ನೀವು ಆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
This is a major breakthrough for the city cops, who had seen a rise in such robberies. There were instances when the gang would strike 5 or 10 times a day and then decamp to Mumbai with their booty. But it looks like for now they are not going back to their homes but behind bars. Nagendra Babu, News 9.